What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get this video started, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you find this video useful or entertaining, please smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, so you make sure your notification bell is turned on so you get notified when we post more videos on the channel. Do you have a Ford F-150 or an Expedition with a 3-valve Triton? I'm going to show you where the TPS sensor is located, also known as a throttle position sensor. On this model, some of them has a tube coming right out the front. It's right on the right hand side. On this model, 3-valve Triton, and yes, it's a 3-valve. It's been completely redone, top end, so it's good to go. And it's got nearly 260,000 miles on it. Of course, it has been rebuilt, motor and transmission both, but it's good to go internally as far as the valve setup and everything else. So back to the throttle position sensor. On this one, it's located on the passenger side on the intake on this 3-valve Triton, right there. What do y'all think about these 3-valve Tritons? Anybody out there in YouTube world that has any problems with them? I can remember when Ford first came out with this engine, and I remember doing a tune-up on a brand new one. Well, I mean, it was bought brand new, and then it had, you know, by the time I needed to tune up, it was around 80,000 miles. And went to do the plugs in one, and they snapped right off into the heads. And we had to pull the heads off, call Snap-on, and at the time, Snap-on had just come out with that tool. And, God, that was 20 years ago. Excuse me. But, yeah, it took, I think it's about 2.5 days. Every single plug ended up breaking off, all 8 of them. It took us 2.5 days to pull the heads, get the plugs out. At the time, they hadn't come out with a new design spark plug yet, which has got a thicker core, so it's less likely to break when you go to undo it at the threads, plus putting anti-seize on it. I remember back then they also recommended not to use anti-seize, but then when the Ford found out that problem, they recommended to use anti-seize. But then I think on the modern plugs, on the new design, which is still a 3-valve, but when these, you know, when they quit making them, they still recommended then on the new design plugs to use anti-seize. But it was funny, back when it happened, they recommended not to use it. But what do y'all think about out there in YouTube world? Y'all like these 3-valve Tritons? Have you had any problems with them? Or, you know, similar to, yeah, just pulling the heads, taking the plugs out, replacing the plugs, putting them back together, you know. Or have you gotten lucky and been able to get them out on the heads, you know, without taking the head off, you know, on the block. But yeah, back to the, excuse me, it's cold out here, it's winter. Currently, better get spray foam done in the shop, so it's currently out of service. But again, back on the video here. Here is your TPS sensor located on a 3-valve Triton. Starting on the passenger side of the intake, push the little red tab up, undo those 2 8mm bolts right there. There's one right down the back and one right down the front of it. Undo them, pull the sensor out, install your new one, repeat the process, putting it back together. Alright guys, smash that thumbs up button, comment down below, let me know what you like about the Ford Triton motors, or if you hate them. Y'all have a great day.